y'all say, y'all? Peace and Palo Santo Sticks. It's your girl, Divinely Lika. Welcome to our channel. Y'all, I had to try to back to my Zen full place because, I got some words for my son's teacher tomorrow. You hear me? So, my son tells me today, he took a while to tell me first and foremost today. And I guess I can see why, because he feels like I'm overreacting, but I'm not. So his teacher says, in, celebration of Martin Luther King's birthday, she had the kids do an assignment where they picked, what their careers were, what they aspired to be, okay? My son said, a chiropractor. His teacher's response was, that's not a career, and to pick something more normal, like a basketball player or a football player. Y'all, I lost my shit. It's like, excuse me? As an educator, and, just as kids being our future, your job is to speak life into kids, okay? So for that to be her perspective, and she's a white teacher, it was very prejudiced. It was very stereotypical as well, because you're trying to tell my son that if it's not an athlete, if he's not aspiring to be an athlete, then he may be shooting a little bit too far. Y'all are my subscribers. Y'all know what I teach. Y'all know what I preach. And by the grace of God, I do have a child who he's really like me. He is not a kid that feels like just because a grown-up said it means that it's right. So by the grace of God, she's not really, she didn't discourage him in any way, shape, or form, because, I just know who my child is. I know what I teach him. You can do whatever you aspire to be. But that really bothered me. And I'm going to have a very nice conversation with her tomorrow. I'm not going to use one cuss word, but I'm going to make her feel this small by the time I'm done with her. Because I'm uncomfortable with the fact that you're an educator in a predominantly black school, and that is your response to a kid aspiring to be something outside of an athlete. I'm going to give her a piece of my mind tomorrow. Very articulate, too. Very articulate. Yeah. She gonna be like, oh, he doesn't come from your average household. Like, who are you? Ticked me off. But anyway. Moving on. Let's see what's going on with you all. Hope everybody's doing amazing, feeling amazing, all that good stuff. And I don't know why. I guess I just want to remind you all. If you're a parent, speak life into your kids. Speak life into your kids. As someone who is actively in my adult years really working on self-love, self-acceptance, things of that nature, we got to start, we got to do better at breaking the cycle and teaching our kids how to love themselves, telling them how good they look, how handsome they are, how beautiful they are, how intelligent they are, speaking life into our kids. So, a little side note, ding ding. Let's see what's going on. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta clean that off of me. Because as much as I'm trying to switch topic, I'm really bothered. I'm really bothered by that. I hate being an empath sometimes because I know I love it. I'm not going to say I hate it. But being an empath sometimes can be a little challenging because I feel everything so deeply. I even noticed the reading I did for you all where I was channeling a really nasty ex's energy and whoever your ex is tied to. And I was as I watched it, because I don't really watch all my readings back, but that one in particular I did because I kind of felt like I cussed a lot in it and I didn't like that I was cussing so much. But I'm I just felt offended. I was so offended for you all that I was just really pissed off. That reading really took me off. I'm girl, you just feel everything so deeply. But I don't think I would be able to channel if I didn't feel stuff deeply. So it's a gift and a curse all in the same breath. Because I get offended for y'all. I'm somebody who somebody can probably talk to me crazy and I could probably sweep it under the rug. But when it comes to protecting other people, I'm just really, excuse me? The fuck? That's just me. I don't know. But anyway, I want to cleanse that energy off of me. All right. I feel better, y'all. I don't want that in a reading. Okay, let's see what's going on. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Pleasing me clear and accurate messages for the collective. Clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that their divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and their higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that their divine ancestors, spirit guides, and higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of my platform, 555, the timer. I ask that you return it back to sender magnified and bind it to them. Return it back to the sender and bind it to them. Any dark magic or evil eye being sent to the collective, I ask that you return it back to sender magnified and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra as I get these messages across. Protect and open up my third eye chakra so that I can dive deeper into my intuition to give further clarification of the cards that come out today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right. I shuffled the heck out of these, so we should be good. Can't believe that lady said that to my baby. Alright, let's see what's going on, y'all. First one we have is Queen Ya Ashantiwa. Level up. How many more? Miracles. Ayazin, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Our spirit. One more card for the collective. Guess I'll take it. Live out loud. Okay. Awakening. Rage. Rage is in reverse though, so we're coming out of that. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. So we have level up, miracles, and live out loud. I don't know why. I'm just hearing like pop your shit. And pop your shit, to those who are familiar with the phrase, it's just to be proud about your accomplishments. I know a lot of times, like, and I've got to a place in my life where I've had to learn, like, not to care as much anymore. You know, the whole thing is like people try to push you, oh, be humble, be humble, be humble. And it's like, yeah, but there is nothing wrong with coming far, coming a long way, being in a season of miracles and feeling good about yourself and living out loud about being happy about your accomplishments. There's nothing wrong with that. I genuinely don't like, actually, while we're talking about on the topic of speaking fear into people's plans, I don't like people that, like maybe somebody's really happy about an accomplishment or their comments or whatever it may be. And, you got that one little friend who if you ask me, is the real hater. That'll be like, oh, I mean, girl, you're doing too much. Okay, we get it. You're happy as ever. Yeah, I am. And I'm allowed to be. So, when you have a lot going good for yourself, start paying attention to who's actually celebrating you for real. And who may make you feel like you're doing too much for being too happy about your accomplishments. Because that, the real haters will always reveal themselves. And a lot of times, some of the closest people to us are our real enemies. So, just start paying attention to that. Especially now because you're in a season of level up. You're walking into a season of level up and miracles. You don't need anybody around you that does not have your greatest and highest intentions at heart. You don't want nobody around you that's speaking fear into you. that's asking you to water yourself down to make them more comfortable about their insecurities or where they lack in their life. Because half the time that's what it is. Not even half the time, almost every time that somebody is feeling uncomfortable or triggered by your happiness and your success is because of their insecurities about their own, about their own shit. And sometimes people aren't confident enough in themselves to live out loud and, celebrate themselves for their accomplishments. I'm really big, and I really feel like this is a big form of active self-love, and I've had to learn how to do it for myself as well, where I'll make an accomplishment and then I'll just sweep it under the rug. I might be happy like in the moment, but then I kind of just sweep it under the rug, and immediately after I'm thinking about all the other things that I also want to accomplish. No, celebrate yourself for the small wins and the big ones. That is an act of self-love, to celebrate yourself for making an accomplishment. Ow. Queen Ya Ashantiwa. Queen Ya Ashantiwa. I think I'm pronouncing it correct. 78. Raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. I have to stop and hold on. Y'all really had to stop. As a Gemini, and I don't know if it's just a Gemini thing, but I think we rehearse our arguments in our head before we have them. And I just keep thinking about what I'm going to say to this lady tomorrow about this conversation she had with my child. And I'm thinking about it as I'm reading it too. So as I'm reading something completely off the subject. So I had to like get it out and come back. But anyway, it says raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. Time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualizations is a great start. Goddess declaration, divine timing is on my side. So for some of you, and I was kind of channeling this last time, you're in this really, what can be a very uncomfortable space. And it's like, this space, like, it's like the period after the tower moments. Because, I genuinely believe when the universe is making space for new blessings, new experiences, new energies to put into your life, because you've raised your vibration, you've raised your frequency, so now you're on a higher timeline. Well, in order to get you on that higher timeline, normally it has to tear away a lot of what is happening in your current timeline or previous timeline, whatever it may be. So it's like you come out of all these tower moments, the tower moments have passed, and now you're in that middle stage, like after the tower moments, but right before the miracles too. You get what I'm saying? It can be a really uncomfortable place because it feels like you're in the unknown. All you know is that everything that you thought was going to be your future, or people or friendships that you thought was going to be a part of your future, is no longer in your present and doesn't look like it's going to be a part of your future, and you don't really know what the future is going to hold. So it can be a very, very uncomfortable space, but your spirit guides and the universe want to remind you that everything is working in divine timing. You are on track for everything that's in store for you. So really just embrace the chapter that you're in right now, and understand that you don't have to make some major jump into something, just small baby steps. Okay. Spirit said you take one step, they'll show you they'll show you the next one. Just take one step. And honestly, if you're lost or you're confused and maybe you just don't know what next step to take, where am I going? What am I doing? What am I, ask your spirit guides. Like literally ask them. I'm asking for you. I'm giving you full permission to intervene, to show me what my next step should be. And just sit with that for a while. And start paying attention to certain signs and synchronicities and things like that. Because they will show you. They will intervene. You just have to ask. Really. Ask, and you have to acknowledge your spirit guides like they are here. They'll help you if you acknowledge them. That's the thing. A lot of times we'll look at certain things that happen and like, oh, it's a coincidence. A lot of time it's not. It's like, it's your spirit team working for you in the unseen realm, trying to help you navigate through life. And I love how I love how our spirit guides work in the universe work, because sometimes they'll just do something like put a reader like myself or maybe somebody in your search bar that they want you to connect with to hear a specific message that they can't physically speak to you, but they're going to put you in the path of somebody that maybe can get it across. It's really nice. Because I know for a fact my spirit guides have done it for me. Like, the certain people I've come across, I'm like, how did they know I needed to hear this message right now? Like, it's so crazy how I just randomly come across certain things, but these are not coincidences. These are divinely guided situations that are occurring. All right, so then we have miracles, Ayizin. So it says, you are a magnet for miracles. You are a miracle. I love hearing it. It says, what if you truly allowed yourself to believe? All things are possible. Dare to dream bigger. Y'all, am I losing my mind? But tell me, like, is this not giving you like a vibe of like what I started off kind of like sharing with you all, as far as like, making sure you're speaking life into your kids and not speaking fear, like, speaking life and versus speaking fear into people's plan. Because when you don't do that, you can have situations like this, because obviously what your spirit guides are trying to get across to you is that hold on. Yeah. That your spirit guides are trying to get across to you is not to play it small, to dare to dream bigger. And the reason why, even in our adult years, we have to hear stuff like this, because some of us weren't actually taught this as kids. You get what I'm saying? Not everybody. Some people were, and we still need to hear it as adults too. But ultimately, this is what this can cause. When you've maybe all of your childhood, nobody ever really, maybe you've always wanted to do something outside of the societal norm. And you don't want to share that with anybody because maybe to the average person, it seems crazy. What I do seems crazy to a lot of people. Like, wait, you're a light worker? You're a spiritual advisor? Oh, okay. That's your little job? Like, you know what I'm saying? People will... And, like, if I didn't have the confidence, and actually, I actively work on this, because every day I'm not confident. I don't feel confident every day. But, if I wasn't actively, like, trying to speak life into myself, and then you all helped me a tremendous... I may be honest, you guys helped me a lot. But if I wasn't actively doing stuff like that, then yeah, I would second guess myself. We need to hear this. We need, dare to dream bigger. And honestly, your circle plays a big part in that as well. Which is why when you're leveling up, when you're going through these times of level up and you're ascending to a higher timeline, a lot of your friends from your previous life, from your previous timeline, are no longer on your vibrational frequency, so you don't have much in common. You have to let certain people go because they're just not aligned. Like, maybe they were fit for your particular timeline, but everybody is not going to grow and ascend at the same level as you. Which is why, because everybody's not on the same timeline, which is why I really try to preach to people not to pay attention to what goes on and on other people's social media or other people in your age group. Well, it seems like everybody in my age has this, that, and the third, but I only have this. The comparisons is what make people not feel good about themselves. Because reality is we're all on different timelines. Reality is a lot of us have different assignments. Some of us, we agreed before we got here that I was going to internally get right before my external world comes together. Some people it's opposite. Some people maybe and at the end of the day, everybody ends up coming to the same lesson, because there are people who make sure their whole external world is right. Financially, they're doing amazing. They need for nothing, but internally they are empty and they are dirt poor. And they still don't feel happiness. So, we're all on different timelines. We all have different assignments here. Never compare yourself to anybody else, and understand that everything is happening in divine timing. However, you are now leveling up and ascending to a higher timeline. So being around people who don't have this optimistic, point of view on life, or have a very narrow-minded way of seeing things, may not resonate with you anymore. Okay? Dare to dream bigger. Do not allow anybody to speak fear into your plans just because it seems crazy to the next person, or, just ignore it. Honestly, stay on your track. Stay on your path. Okay, so it says, all things are possible. Dare to dream bigger. You claim you want miracles, but you take an "I'll believe it when I see it" approach. What if you will see it after you believe it? Law of attraction. Genuinely, that is explaining the law of attraction. That's what that is. It says, believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world you want for yourself. It said, wait, hold on. I'm going to read it again because I don't like how I said it. It says, believe that you deserve to believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world that you want for yourself. You can be your true self, do what awakens your soul, and have your dreams, and have your desires. Do what awakens your soul and have your desires. This is life's miracle. If you haven't witnessed your miracle yet today, ask for it and allow it in. Goddess declaration, my life is full of miracles. So yeah, when the declarations, I always want you guys to use that as an affirmation, but also say to your spirit guides, I make space. I'm creating the space for my miracles. I am creating the space for my miracles, and I welcome them in freely. I am creating the space for my miracles, and I welcome them in freely. I genuinely want somebody to add that to their daily affirmations. I make space for my miracles, and I welcome them in freely. Scarcity mindset is what I'm hearing. Somebody has a scarcity mindset, and Spirit says to get out of that. You can't believe, you can't be the person that says, well, I would like to live in a big mansion, but what's the chances of that happening? Because the universe goes, right, what is the chances of that happening? The universe responds to our thoughts and our emotions. Really not even thoughts. I'm going to say so much the emotion that we put behind the thoughts. Because the emotion behind the thought is just energy in motion. So, if you're saying to yourself, yeah, I am going to live in a mansion. I'm going to live in a mansion with a nice little white picket fence because I'm deserving of it, and that's what I desire, and I can have whatever it is that I desire. And then you match that thought with emotion. Get happy as if you have that. You have exactly what it is that you're saying that you desire. What would that feel like? Really make yourself feel it. That's how you bring the law. That's law of attraction. That's how you bring things into reality. But people to do stuff like, you know what? I've just given up on love. I highly doubt I'll ever meet a good man or a good woman. Yeah, you probably won't. Because that is the energy that you're putting out. Negative thoughts will always happen. They're going to happen. I think it's just a part of life. Now, I think you can probably minimize the amount of negative thoughts, but I feel like you can reject them. Just like if you're on I don't know what the app is, where it's you swipe left, swipe right. If you swipe left, if you like somebody, swipe right if you don't. I don't know which way that goes because I'm not on the app. But look at your negative thoughts that way. A thought that doesn't serve you, that you genuinely don't want to manifest, swipe past that. Acknowledge it as the thought that it is. Observe it, but you do not absorb it. We're not going to put no emotion into it, nothing. It's just, now why would you think that? Swipe. Why would you think I'd be interested in you? Swipe. Like, that's how you have to deal with the negative thoughts that don't serve you, because a lot of things we bring into our reality based off of our thought process. So there's that. Now we're going to move on to the last card, which is live out loud. So not only are you going to embrace these miracles that happen, you're going to celebrate your miracles. You've been through a lot. Why not celebrate them? That's a way to honor yourself. I think celebrating yourself is a form of honoring yourself and loving yourself. And the level up and miracles are coming. Like, this is just what's a part of your 2024. And that's for a lot of people, honestly. Well, except for the people that are due for bad karma. Oh, wow, I flipped right to it. It says, express yourself. You have something to say. Share your voice and magic. Express your you-ness. The way you express yourself won't make everyone happy, and that's okay. And that's what I'm getting at, y'all. I'm going to be honest. When you decide to celebrate yourself and be confident in yourself, and I don't know what the real, I can't remember. Somebody said something really bright, like really amazing to me. I don't know if anybody is familiar with 19 Keys. He's a very intelligent man. But he said something around like humble or being, or humility. And there's like a meaning behind it, but it's just something where it's not, I don't know. But after he got done explaining it, I just kind of felt like maybe humility isn't the way to go. Now, not saying, not pushing you to be cocky, but to be happy about yourself, to celebrate yourself and express your happiness for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not considered being cocky. It's just considered being happy about your life and your human experience. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is it going to make some people uncomfortable? Absolutely. Because everybody isn't comfortable expressing themselves. You know? Everybody isn't secure enough with themselves to celebrate themselves or celebrate their accomplishments. There's nothing wrong with being happy about yourself, loving yourself, celebrating yourself out loud. As long as you don't feel like you're better than anybody, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't. So it says the way you express yourself won't make everyone happy. That's okay. You are not meant to. Living out loud and self-expressions look different for everyone. For outgoing extroverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables and screaming your points of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save the louder parts of their personalities for loved ones. Goddess declaration, I am free to express myself fully. You're free to express yourself fully. And for some of you that aren't comfortable with doing that, when you say you are, like I said, I always want you guys to use these declarations, goddess declarations as affirmations. So, you are free to express yourself fully. A lot of us that do have that complex of like not wanting to, and maybe you're just, an introverted person. So that's not your thing. I'm kind of introverted too, but I'm a little bit more extroverted when it comes to like, this and my social media. That's actually the most extroverted that I am. Not very much so in person. However, what was I going to say? When you're saying that, like, I'm free to express myself fully, say that to yourself, but say that to your inner child. Like, really speak that to your inner child. Because a lot of people that have complexes on, not wanting to be seen and wanting to just hide in the shadows and, cower away and not wanting to draw too much attention. It has a lot to do about, with insecurities that started very early in their lives. So your inner child needs to hear that. And I'm really big on talking to your inner child like it's external from you. Like, tell your inner child what it needed to hear as a kid. You are loved. You are welcomed. You are unique. You are special. You are, what it is that you needed to hear as a kid. But now I'm going to move on to my angel numbers because y'all know that's my favorite way to close out a reading. Let's see what's going on. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please me clear and accurate messages for the collective. Clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of my platform or this reading, I ask that you return it back to sender magnified and bind it to them. Allow me to dive deeper into my intuition and get further clarification of the cards that come out today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right, what is it that the collective's higher self want them to hear to close out this reading? What is it that the collective's higher self want them to hear to close out this reading? 1717. Okay, so it says drama alert, independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. The void, this is what I'm talking about. The void, it's like that time, I'm telling you, the time after the tower moments and then the time before the blessings. Before the good times, which is on the back of the deck. All right, and then it does say independence and soul mission. Which makes sense to me too, because like when you're ascending to a higher timeline, I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna lose a tremendous amount of friends. And you will be in hermit and maybe alone for some time until you are, slowly but surely start to find your soul family. Just kind of how it goes. But anyway, take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. It says at this time you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. That's all. That's all. This is a natural part of the process. You need time to go within and actually reflect. It's like, okay, boom, all the tower moments happen. I lost this, I lost that. Really not having a lot in common with the people that I used to have stuff in common with. And I need to just sit and reflect. That dark night of the soul, which can be very uncomfortable. I gotta remember to link her this time, y'all. Christina Lopes. Christina, Christina, Lopes, Lopes. I'm going to link her. I'm going to try to remember to link her in the description box. She helps you through, she explains, I don't know if it's 6 or 7, y'all. I don't want to get the line. The 6 or 7 stages of a spiritual awakening. I really love her because she really gives you the knowledge behind what it is that you're feeling and experiencing. And when you can, I'm really big. One thing I love about myself as being a Gemini, and one thing I'm really, really good at, is finding a word to my feeling. So I'm going to find, if there's something uncomfortable or whatever I'm feeling, I don't know how my spirit guides lead me to the word, but they'll lead me to the word of my emotion. Then I'm going to look it up. I'm going to go further into trying to do some research on that word so I can better learn what it is that I'm feeling and how to navigate through it. I genuinely think that helps a lot. I think it does. And Dark Night of the Soul is just what I'm feeling when I'm kind of hearing and seeing this. As far as this independent soul mission and you needing to just be with yourself and solely relying on yourself at this time. Obviously, you're solely relying on yourself in as far as in physical form, but your spirit guides are absolutely there with you. Just FYI. Tell me more, Spirit. What is it that the collective's higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that the collective's higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? 8888. Personal power. That's why they want you to go within. They don't really want you to be tied. Your spirit guides, before I even get to read it, the reason why your spirit guides really want you to be with yourself, because they want you to learn how to find your personal power within yourself. You're not looking for any external forces for this external power. You're going to speak life into yourself. You're going to uplift yourself. You're going to be your greatest cheerleader and everything else. And that's what this time is. It says personal power. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. This is the miracles that they're talking about. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. Love it. Anything else, Spirit, to close out this reading? Confirmation of the miracles and the level up that I'm talking about. You're already going through a level up. You just don't see the fruits of the labor of the level up yet, maybe, for some of you, because some of us are in different timelines, and the reading is timeless, so it applies to past, present, or future. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, so we got 2. And I'm going to take these last 2 and close out. It says, lucky shirt. Okay. Anyway, so it says love, peace, hope, and optimism. Transferring responsibility to others, progress, and creativity. It says pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. And then we have compassion. It says it is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it is also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. Okay. And it's so weird because, like, when I first seen the miracles card, I was kind of feeling like, I'm like, you are a miracle to somebody. You are a miracle to others. Whether they see that or not. Yeah. But this has been your reading, collective. If this at all resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is just a beautiful way to energetically donate back to the channel. But until next time, I love you all so much. And peace out.